6 more beers to do this.
So sensitive.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, about the different organizations, again, they're all good in their own right. One that we probably rep or do more with is Team Rubicon, which is, again, is a great organization. And no matter where you live, no matter who you are, this organization is one that helps when there's a disaster. So this is something, the way I sort of like to think of it, it's almost like the Ready Reserve. If you learn about it and get involved in it, get qualified, when and if, God forbid, something happens in your area, or if you want to deploy outside your area, then you're ready to go to help out. And as good as it is to help out somebody you don't know, it's much better to be able to do it in your own community or something like that. So again, it's not something that originally can take up a lot of your time. You can put as much time and effort into it as you want, but think of it like the Ready Reserve. If a disaster happens, then you're qualified and the infrastructure is there to help out in a much profound way than just all of a sudden a bunch of neighbors getting together and trying to help. That's one. You take the next one.
The next one?
Yeah. Whichever one you want to talk about.
Well, since we're talking about disaster response, you know, you mentioned Team Rubicon that bridges the gap between the time a disaster happens and long-term services arrive.
Yep.
They take veteran skills and also the skills of kick-ass first responders and kick-ass civilians, put them out in the field to help communities with flood mitigation, flood remediation rather.
Yeah.
Tornado response. They're doing a lot of things that I appreciate, and that's in training. Mm-hmm. They do some chainsaw trainings, and they're really into safety of everybody there. Yep. And they also have heavy equipment training. All these just building upon a very good paradigm of responsiveness. Another org that dabbled in is All Hands Volunteers. Mm-hmm. That one is kind of just civilians, or anybody, everybody and everybody, and they kind of respond and rebuild. They're usually out on a different site. Either I think they might be spinning up something for Peru. Yeah. I know they've been in around the Everest area, Tibet, and all that kind of stuff for a while now. They're usually there for 6 months to a year. Focal point on the volunteer experience, and it's kind of nice to be there at the forefront of an operation or one of their operations or projects, because you get to, you know, gut out a home to help a homeowner, and then you come back and you're putting up the drywall, you're putting the insulation, and you get a holistic experience of your time there. And it's a good bunch of people. I think with both those organizations, you've got to be ready to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because you're going to be the food situation may not be to your liking on some counts. You're going to be sleeping on the floor or in a cot, but you should expect some kind of hardship.
That's all part of the experience.
Yeah. That's all stuff that, you know, really gets my motor going. I mean, I went in my first, or almost after every operation, there's a time after I come back where I still sleep on the floor. Like I'll still eat a meal ready to eat, or just some potted meat I found, just to get that feel back. So that's All Hands.
Yeah. Yep. All Hands is a good organization, and exactly right. They're more long-term. So Team Rubicon a lot of times will be the first NGO or nonprofit into a disaster area. Maybe put things on a stable footing a little bit, sort of in and out. And I don't know the different acronyms, almost like the first amphibious wave, you know, to secure the beachhead. And then All Hands or some of the other orgs, which are there long term, you know, doing the actual repair, would be like maybe the Army or something coming behind and actually being the stabilizing force, however you want to
go with CBs.
Huh? Well, CBs, yeah, that's, well, yeah, and I certainly could have done that. That would have been a perfect segue. CBs, prepared to fight. So yeah, again, there's all great orgs, whatever sort of fits you. But what I think is that, you know, you don't have to. There's too many people, I think, and people I know, they get intimidated or want to discount Team Rubicon, maybe because they're not veterans. That's not it at all. We fit in just as well with All Hands as we did with Team Rubicon, with some joking, and All Hands folks, hippies as I call them, would fit in just as well with Team Rubicon, because it's the like-minded spirit of wanting to do that relief and what am I trying to say? You have that same kindred spirit, and birds of a feather flock together. You know, the commonality may not be the service you put into the country as being in the military, but the service you're doing on that operation or that project. They all fit hand in glove, one within the other.
I will also say that with All Hands, I've gotten to gain a little experience working with AmeriCorps folks, and that's another.
Yep.
That's another org, government run,
yep.
But they have great folks. There's no lack of heart when it comes to any of these orgs, and I know I don't have direct experience with Samaritan's Purse or Nakama, but those are, of course, other kind of disaster response relief rebuild organizations that help these communities when things get rough.
Yeah, it's amazing when you go out there. I knew none of these existed 3 years ago, and now you can rattle off 10 different organizations that you've seen out in the field. The Amish has a couple of groups, and boy, I'll guarantee you, there ain't nobody out working them guys.
Nope.
Wowee. Them guys, ain't nobody gonna outwork them. And Nahama, and Samaritan's Purse, and Headwaters, and there's a bunch of them that are of a religious bent, if that's for you. Hey, again, everybody's pulling, taking a strain on the rope and pulling in the same direction. Just the whichever one is your better fit. The key is to get out and do something.
So do you want the next one?
No.
Mission Continues. You did
Sure.
Their operation-esque type thing.
And Mission Continues is another great one. Veteran centric. They're more inner city and long-term projects. So like what they'll do is pick a school, and then they'll be in that school all year long. Not only, I think, doing physical repairs, but also helping out any way they can in mentorship and that kind of thing. I was lucky enough last year to go to Operation Motown Muster in downtown Detroit for a week, and boy, the way they had that set up was absolutely phenomenal. They've got another one going on this year in another month or so down in Atlanta, Operation West Side Surge, and I wish all my fellow TMC cats that are going down there all the best. It would have been privileged to join in with you. But again, it's another organization that does things a little bit differently. Now, what's nice about these organizations, or the big three that I know about veteran-wise, veteran-centric, Team Rubicon, the Mission Continues, and RWB, Team Red, White, and Blue, is that each one has a different mission statement, but you can very easily, and it should be encouraged, to be a member of all three and participate in them as you can, because that's what's nice. They stack up like dominoes. They're not butting heads with each other. They all have a different mission statement. So boy, you can certainly be well-rounded and have your whole social calendar full if that's what you wanted to do, and never have one, I don't think, cut the throat of the other, in my opinion. What's great about it?
Local in your community, definitely do your research and see what fits. There's volunteermatches.org, which is a website that some folks, like, if they just for an hour they want to feed somebody or do some food delivery, they can get hooked up that way. There's a Charity Navigator, which you can go to kind of vet out some of these organizations and see if they're on the up and up as far as how much money they take in and devote to their staff and their projects, things of that nature. And also, find something you're passionate about, whether it is helping others in the community with addressing homelessness, or addressing a disaster, or addressing there's Open Arms in St. Paul that delivers foods to folks that are suffering and locked in their homes due to AIDS and things of that nature. There's also, like, what I used to do was a Relay for Life, and I'm still very passionate about it. I just can't devote as much time to Relay for Life with all the disaster stuff, but that's a great event put on by the American Cancer Society. I strongly recommend it instead of the Coleman walk, but that's just my opinion. There's all kinds of stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, doggone, you don't have to look hard to find something to help give back, and it's all about giving back, you know, in whichever way, shape, or form suits you best. You know, God forbid if we're disaster relief guys and something in your neighborhood goes sideways, then maybe our group's going to be there helping you out. Maybe 15 years down the pike, after Mamacita kicks me out, I'm homeless and knocked in the head or something, and maybe you're delivering food, and you'll deliver me a care package. You know, I'm a firm believer in that karma and what goes around comes around kind of thing. You know, one good turn deserves another. So yeah, whatever it takes. I'm confident enough in the organizations that we represent or are a part of are good ones. You know, I'd put them up against any of them. You know, and you know, shoot, yeah, and none of these organizations that I know of, you should not have to spend a ton of money. If anybody's out there saying, you know, turn over your paycheck and that kind of stuff, then probably steer away from those. You know, you don't need to be a part of that at all. And like you said, old school, going back old school, American Legion, VFW, disabled veterans, you know, Iraq, Afghanistan, there's any number of veterans organizations. Go Army.
On a Prius.
Yeah, on a
very, very conscious, energy conscious soldier.
So
I will say, like, if at least if it serves as any type of inspiration for volunteering, is my old ass can get out there and swing a sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
His young ass can go out there and run a chainsaw from fucking dawn till dusk.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you can too.
Yeah. You ain't too old and you ain't too young. Well, you can be too young to be out in the field. Usually it's like 18 or something, but you know. But we've had young families go out there with kids, and they certainly can stay busy. And we both know of a young cat down in Texas. I think it was 83 when we met him last year. That swung a sledgehammer all day long and broke one, if not two, sledgehammers. 83 years old. So you know, we both know guys with one leg, one arm, that kind of thing. You know, that don't hold them guys back. There's always something somebody can do. Hell, the most popular guy in a Team Rubicon operation usually is the one that's bringing you lunch, you know, and anybody could drive and drop off a care package, either that or the one that taps the keg. So, yep, everybody can do something.
Do you have any final things?
I don't think so. I've been finaled for about 12 miles now, and no, I'm great. And as you can see, I'm pretty shy. You know, I'm sort of introverted, but he's a gab fest. If you have any questions, by all means, reach out to Ronin, and he'll tell you the same thing in person as we're talking about, and can expound on stuff even in more depth. And I'd be more than happy to be like Penn and Teller. I'd be the guy that writes out my questions, because I don't talk too much.
Yeah, right.
Hope to see you. Hope to see you out in the field or wherever it may be.
Oh, Water Park America.
There you go. Oh, that's a place that one of us was. So is that where I got kicked out of?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, we both did. We both got cut off at that place.
Yeah. Well, that was my fault. And it was. I don't think it was as bad as it looked, but it probably was. But anyway, probably not their fault. Misunderstanding. So yeah, there's all kinds of different organizations out there. But I wasn't being racist in there. That's that I was not.
I was more offended by those young guys that were in there wearing pajamas. Said they were superhero costumes.
Yeah, that's true. No, and I was
like, I'm Deadpool. I'm like, you're Daredevil. Get out of my face.
and I was even fine with them, but don't make derogatory comments about the bartender. That was probably the takeaway from that. Or
Yeah, probably.
somebody was calling him step and a half. But, yeah.
You gotta go like the Uptown VFW to
that.
be able
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
talk shit.
Absolutely.
Not have it. You got any funny jokes? Anything?
No, I don't
Nothing
have.
to close out.
I'm not a funny guy. I'm not a comedian.
Could do some amazing Karnak or something.
Yeah. No, I hadn't. This is all stream of consciousness. This is all ad lib. So that's better. You're getting the sober version, for Christ's sake.
I think we forgot to talk about RWB.
Did we? Yeah.
Yeah.
RWB is a good one. It's social and physical fitness, which is very good. No, what I think is really good for folks that they can't get out, guys and gals getting out, that's having that little bit of trouble getting motivated, getting out of the house. You meet with these guys, they get your exercise on a little bit. You wind up making leads and meeting people. They help you out get a job. Again, it's those three organizations again are just the tip of the iceberg, but each one of them does such a diverse role that very easy and very complementary to each other. Plus,
the buffet table is set.
Yeah.
Y'all got to sit down and eat.
Partake.
If you want a little turkey, that's fine. You want some gravy, that's fine too.
Yeah. Yep.
I always end up talking about food and not. We just ate.
Yeah, we did. Again, Uptown VFW. Wow, great place in St. Paul.
No, it's in Minneapolis.
Huh?
It's in Minneapolis.
What? Were we?
Yeah.
I thought we were in St. Paul.
Well, we were at the Capitol.
Holy shit.
We were at the Capitol building and then we drove.
We drove to Minneapolis? I did not know that. I thought we were still in St. Paul. That's
We're
why I was
still
saying.
under the Capitol going to tunnels and we just popped out.
Dude, see? That's why I was creeping on that Minneapolis vehicle being across the street. That's why I said that. Holy shit.